Morning students. Our next concept is middle terms of a binomial expansion. Before going to binomial expansion, consider one example. I'm taking A, B, C, D. Here, number of terms is equal to, you can count, it's equal to 4. We know 4 is a even number. Okay. Then see, if total number of term is even, how many middle terms are there? Suppose mark A and here mark D. In the middle you can find two terms, right? Okay. Therefore remember, if total number of term is even, then there exists two middle terms. Okay. And suppose I am taking C A, B, C, D, E. Here number of terms. That means total number of terms is equal to, you can count 5 numbers are there. We know 5 is an odd number. Then see, here mark A, here mark E, then B, then D, then you can find one middle term, right? Here see, left side 2 term, right side 2 term, then middle you can find one term. Okay, so if total number of term is a odd number, then there exists one middle term. Okay, clear? If total number of term is odd, then there exists only one middle term. And if total number of term is even, then there exists two middle terms. Okay. Now consider the binomial expansion. X plus a to the power n, where x is the first term, a is the second term, and n. Okay, we know where n is the index of the given expansion. Okay. Now case 1, if n is even, that means index is even, then total number of terms. Okay, remember the note of binomial expansion. First note says, in any binomial expansion, index is n, then total number of term is n plus 1. Okay, so I'm taking the first case, index n is even, then total number of terms n plus 1, that is odd, right? Yes or no? See, if index is 2, what's the total number of terms? Total number of term is 2 plus 1. See, you will get 3. See, total number of term is equal to odd. Or see, take index 6, n equal to 6. What's the total number of terms? By that first note, if index is n, total number of term is n plus 1. Here index is 6, total number term is 6 plus 1 equal to 7. See, you can find odd, right? So, whenever index n is even, total number of term is n plus 1, that we know. And one more observation is, if n is even, then n plus 1 is odd. If total number of term is odd, see this one, total number of term is odd, then there exists how many middle terms? Then there exists one middle term. Namely, which term? See here, second and third term are the middle term. Here third term is the middle term. So in general case, if index n is given and that n is even, total number of term is odd, then there exists only one middle term, namely n plus 2 divided by 2th term. Okay, that means you can get a third term or fourth term or fifth term. Okay, this is not middle term. You're saying that fourth term is the middle term. See, this is not the value of the middle term. Here you are saying third term is the middle term or fourth term is the middle term or fifth term is the middle term. Okay, so it's a formula for finding middle term in case of index is even. Okay, remember, if index n is even, then we know total number of term is n plus 1, that is odd. Then there exists only one middle term, namely n plus 2 divided by 2th term. Take the second case. If n is odd, that means index is odd, okay, then total number of terms n plus 1 is even. Okay, check, see, n is equal to 3. What's the total number of terms by the formula n plus 1? That is 3 plus 1. See, what is that? 4, even number. Index n equal to 11. Okay, what's the total number of term? 11 plus 1. Okay, total number of terms in a binomial expansion is 1 more than the index. So, n equal to 11 means total number of term is 11 plus 1. What you will get? It's equal to 12. See, 4 is a even number, 12 is a even number. So, by that observation, you can say that if index n is odd, then total number of term is even. See, total number of term is even. Then there exists how many middle terms? See, two middle terms, right? Then there exists two middle terms, namely, okay, first term is n plus 1 by 2th term and n plus 3 divided by 2th term. It's a formula for finding middle term. Okay, okay. So once again, see, if index, see, to solve the problem related to middle terms, you need to check the index. Okay, see, if index n is even, then there exists only one middle term because total number of terms n plus 1 is odd, and that middle term is given by n plus 2 by 2th term. Okay, if index n is odd, then total number of terms n plus 1 is even, then there exists two middle terms, n plus 1 by 2th term and n plus 3 by 2th term. Okay, so index even means formula is n plus 2 by 2. Index odd means two middle terms, n plus 1 by 2 and n plus 3 by 2. Okay, now see some problems related to middle terms. See the first question. Find the middle terms in the expansion of root x minus 5y x squared to the power 8. Okay, so here n value is equal to 8. Index is 8. Okay, then total number of terms is odd, so there exists how many middle terms? If index is even means there exists two, there exists one middle term, right? So there exists one middle term, namely n plus 2 divided by 2th term. Okay, here x value equal to root x. What is a value? A value is minus 5 by x square. Okay, and index n value it's equal to 8. Okay, so middle term is equal to n plus 2 divided by 2th term, equal to, what is n plus 2? N value is 8 plus 2 divided by 2th term, that is equal to 8 plus 2 is 10 by 2, that is 5th term. Okay, 5th term is the middle term. Okay, so you need to find, so we need to find T5. 5th term is T5. Okay, in our previous sessions we studied how to find T5 or T6 or T7 values, right? Okay, general term formula TR plus 1 is equal to NCR into x to the power n minus r into a to the power r formula. See, 5th term is the required value. Then what is r value? We know r value is 1 less than the required value. See, we need to find 5th term. Okay, So R value is equal to 4. Okay, see T5. Now see the formula TR plus 1 equal to NCR into x to the power n minus r into a to the power r. Middle term is the fifth term. How to calculate fifth term? T5. You need to write 5 as r plus 1. So you can write it as T4 plus 1. Now you can see, right? R value equal to 4. We solved similar problems in our previous sessions. Okay. T4 plus 1 equal to NCR, that is 8C4 into x. X value is here root x. We know root x equal to x to the power 1 by 2, right? So x to the power 1 by 2 to the power how much? N minus r, that is 8 minus 4 into, okay, next a to the power r. A value is equal to minus 5 by x square to the power r. R value is equal to 4. Okay, in the next step, see T5 is equal to 8C4 into x to the power 1 by 2 to the power how much? 8 minus 4 is 4 into, here you can write it as minus 5 to the power 4 into 1 by x square to the power 4. This is equal to 8C4 into, see, 4 by 2. 1 by 2 into 4 is 4 by 2. Its value equal to 2 into minus 5 to the power 4 is 5 to the power 4, because minus to the power even number means it is plus, into 1 by x to the power 8 you will get. Okay, in the next step, see 8C4 into 5 to the power 4 into x square by x to power 8. That means in the denominator x to the power 6 is remaining. Okay, now calculate 8C4 value. 8C4 is nothing but 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 divided by 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 8C4 value into 5 to the power 4. That means multiplying 5 4 times. Its value equal to 625 into 1 by x to the power 6. Now again simplify this one. If you simplify this one, it will 43,750 divided by denominator x to the power 6. This is how to calculate the middle term. See the next problem. Find the middle term in the expansion of 2x square minus 1 by root x to the power 11. Okay, first write the given data. X value equal to 2x square, a value equal to minus 1 by root x. Okay, or it's equal to minus 1 by x to the power 1 by 2. Okay, in the next step, see index n is equal to 11. Here n value equal to 11 is an odd number. Okay, index is odd. Then total number of terms is even. Okay, if total number of term is even, so there exists how many middle terms? Index is odd means two middle terms, right? There exists two middle terms, namely n plus 1 by 2th term and n plus 3 by 2th term. That is, substitute n value 11 plus 1 by 2th term and 11 plus 3 by 2th term. Okay, that is 11 plus 1 by 2, that is 6th term, and 14 by 2, that is 7th term, are the middle terms. Okay, now see 6th term and 7th term are the middle terms. How to calculate sixth term? Using TR plus 1 formula, you need to calculate sixth term, similarly seventh term. See, whenever index is odd, two middle terms are there. Suppose see, one middle term is the fifth term, next one is the another middle term, right? So if you calculate the first term, then you can write next term is sixth term. Suppose third term is the one middle term, next middle term is the fourth term in case of index is odd number. Okay, so now calculate the values. Write the formula TR plus 1 equal to NCR into x to the power n minus r into a to the power r. For T6, r value equal to 5. 6 means r value is 1 less than the required value. And for T7, r value equal to 6, right? Okay. Now first calculate T6th term. T6 equal to T5 plus 1 equal to NCR, that is 11CR. R value in this case it's equal to 5, right? So substitute R value equal to 5, 11C5 into x to the power n minus r. X is 2x square to the power 11 minus 5 into a to the power r. A value is equal to minus 1 by x to the power 1 by 2 to the power r. R value it's equal to 5. Okay, now simplify this one. T6 is equal to 11C5 into 2 to the 2x square to the power 11 minus 5 is 6 into, you can write it as minus 1 to the power 5 into 1 by x to the power 1 by 2 to the power 5. Okay, in the next step, see, T6 is equal to 11C5 into 2 to the power 6 into x to the power 12, right? 2 to the power 6 into x to the power 6 into 2, it's equal to 12 into minus 1 to the power 5, its value is equal to minus 1. Okay, here I'll write minus 1, later I'll take it outside. Okay, then see here, write 1 by x to the power 5 by 2. Okay, now you need to simplify these two x. So T6 is equal to minus 1 is there, right? So here I'll put minus. Okay, so minus, see, 11C5 is there, 11C5 into 2 to the power 6 into x to the power 12 into x to the power minus 5 by 2. Which formula? 1 by a to the power m is equal to a to the power minus m. Okay, here see 1 by x to the power m is there, you can write it as a to the power minus m. So x to the power minus 5 by 2. Now simplify this one. T6 equal to minus 11C5 into 2 to the power 6 into x to the power 12 into x to the power minus 5 by 2, that is x to the power 12 minus 5 by 2. Okay, again formula a to the power m into a to the power m in n is equal to a to the power m plus n. Here plus, here instead of plus minus is there, so I am putting minus. Okay, so T6 is equal to minus 11C5 into 2 to the power 6 into, see, 24 is the LCM, right? 12 to the, it's equal to 24. See, LCM is 2, 24 minus 5. 24 minus 5 is equal to x to the power 19 divided by 2. So it's a sixth term. Further simplification is not required. To calculate seventh term, it's equal to, you need to write T6 plus 1y. For seventh term, r value is 1 less than the required value. So r value equal to see 6. Substitute in the formula, what you will get? 11c. 5 in place of 5, you need to substitute 6 because here r value equal to 6 into 2x square to the power 11 minus 6 into minus 1 by x to the power 1 by 2 to the power, see here you will get 6. So it's equal to 11c6 into, you can write it as 2 to the power 5 into x to the power 10, right? 11 minus 6 is 5. So 2 to the power 5 into x to the power 2, 5 is 10 into, here you can write it as minus 1 to the power 6 into 1 by x to the power 1 by 2 to the power 6. So here it's equal to 11c6 into 2 to the power 5 into x to the power 10 into minus 1 to the power 6 is plus 1. So into 1 into, here you can write 1 by x to the power 3. 6 by 2, its value equal to 3. So in the next step, see, it's equal to 11c6 into 2 to the power 5 into x to the power 10 into x to the power minus 3. Why x to the power minus 3? Because 1 by a to the power m, we can write it as a to the power minus m. Similarly, see, 1 by x to the power 3, you can write it as x to the power minus 3. In the last step, see, 11c6 into 2 to the power 5 into x to the power 10 into x to the power minus 3. A to the power m into a to the power n is a to the power m plus n. Here see, x to the power 10 into x to the power minus 3, x to the power 10 minus 3, it's equal to x to the power 7. So middle terms are minus 11c5 into 2 to the power 6 into x to the power 19 by 2 and 11c6 into 2 to the power 5 into x to the power 7. This is how to calculate middle terms if index is odd.